everyone, welcome back. Today is day 30 of 31 days of horrible crafts and even scarier stories. I'm really hoping you guys like this one. I've been saving this story for the entire month and am so excited and a little nervous to share this one with you guys. I'm mostly nervous because whenever I talk about my paranormal experiences, this one in particular tends to set something off, and I end up kind of waking up whatever is haunting me. So I'm probably going to suffer from some form of horrific nightmare, sleep paralysis for you guys. You can thank me by giving this video a like. Anywho, I suppose I should get into it. That is, if you're ready for it. Are you ready? Because if you're not ready, we can take a minute or 5 and just let you get ready for it. No? What? I'm totally ready for this. I'm definitely not trying to stall this story. How ridiculous. Okay. So there were actually 2 incidents that were almost identical that had about a 6-month gap between them. While they weren't exactly the same, they both made me feel very uneasy for months afterwards. I was living with my husband in a house we were renting. It was a nice enough house, 3 bedrooms on 2 acres. I felt some things there, but nothing like what I experienced one night. As a side note, this was the same house my eldest had a pillow thrown at him in. And I'd also had numerous episodes of sleep paralysis there. So yeah. I've said it before in this series, but I typically go to sleep on my side facing the edge of the bed with the rest of the bed behind me. Well, that wasn't always the case. I started doing that after the first incident and religiously after the second. It's how I lay to sleep still. One evening, I was sleeping, but you know that half awake, half asleep level you sometimes reach between REM cycles, where you're awake, but only very slightly? I'm pretty sure I started out in that space, but only truly woke up when I felt the bed directly behind my back move and dip down as if someone had sat on the bed behind me. I froze in terror and realized I was unable to move and speak. Like sleep paralysis, only you're awake and aware of your surroundings. I could see my husband laying next to me. His back was facing me. But I couldn't move my head or see who or what was behind me on the bed. As my entire body tensed and all the hair stood on end, I felt the bed shift again, as if the weight was shifting. You know, as a bed would if someone were sitting behind you and then leaning over you. I felt a hand patting my thigh lightly and felt ice-cold air across my ear as I heard a female voice whisper my name. Meg. Meg. At this point, I was petrified, but managed to move my arm enough to punch my husband in his back to wake him up. That single punch was enough to snap my body back awake, and as he jumped up and looked at me, I told him there was someone in the house. He checked the house over completely before coming back to ask me what happened. When I told him, he said a prayer over the house. We were not really religious at the time, but he thought it would help. And eventually I went back to sleep, absolutely terrified. 6 months later, and I again woke to the movement of the mattress behind me. This time there was no patting of my thigh and no whispering my name, but there was the icy cold breath on my ear. So that, my friends, is why I don't sleep with my back to the edge of the bed. And that is by far the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. Anywho, join me tomorrow for Halloween as I do a quick wrap-up of all of the projects and talk to you a little more about plans for next year's series. Thank you all so much for watching, and sweet dreams.